Yeah. So what are you going to school for?
I'm gonna go to school to learn how to build earth ships, if you ever heard of that.
Earth ships. That's interesting. No, give me some information on that.
It's like this kind of alternative building. It's made of mostly recyclable materials and earth.
Okay.
And so it's very low cost in materials, but it's heavy in labor because it takes a lot to make it. It's basically a rammed earth building, if you're familiar with that term. It's basically tires used as bricks, filled with dirt, compacted.
Yeah. They keep the same temperature.
Right. They keep pretty similar temperatures.
We're basically talking going back to the adobe, the Indians, using the facing of the sun and the position of your building. And
should have never left that. I mean, electric air conditioning, or just it does itself.
Oh, well, indeed.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and not to mention the technologies that we could use that would be clean. The Tesla offshoots, that technology, the other alternatives. That are out there other than the ones that they use. Why? Because they can control them. And we have no control of that. If we could all walk around with bread boxes that could, power our house for eternity, what do we need power companies for?
Well, we wouldn't. But we really shouldn't have power companies anyway.
Indeed.
Everything should be local. Why have wires everywhere? I mean, at one time that was the brilliant idea, but we're kind of past that.
Yeah. But other than the fact that the people that own the copper wire companies and that, own our politicians. But I'm glad to hear that. So this sounds like some very good, worthwhile work. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. How do you feel about being in that? I'm sure you delve into a lot of, with the whole global warming debate and all.
Well,
what's your position on that one?
Global warming?
Yeah.
I mean, it's happening. It's kind of too late to stop it. Even if we were to go green overnight, it's too late.
Do you believe that man is actually a factor in global warming?
A factor, yes, but the climate changes all the time before we even hear.
Indeed.
It gets warmer, ice age gets warmer, ice age.
Indeed. And
Happens
this is
every time.
it's a very tactful area and very strategic area in the sense that I'm going to bring up some things. Let me know if you know these things, okay? Have you ever heard of a Dr. Ben Livingston? Or Lieutenant Dr. Ben Livingston?
I think so.
He is known as the father of weather weapons. I think it was 1956. President Eisenhower started the Department of Weather and Climate Manipulation. Okay. And Lieutenant Livingston took this and he started making weather weapons. And he became the father of weather weapons. Learning how to make monsoons or droughts or hurricanes and, you name it. Across the board. And from 68 to 72, they used weather weapons in Vietnam to extend the monsoon season, wash out the roads and whatnot, they could. When this was leaked, the rural community became so shocked that our country is using weather weapons, which of course...
Well, now they're illegal to use in other people's countries.
Well, here's the argument. Okay? In 1974, the UN banned the use of weather weapons. All right, well, it was a toothless treaty because weather weapons are one of the perfect weapons because they have such a large degree of deniability. How do you prove someone caused that drought? How do you prove someone when you've got, technologies like HARP that are bouncing off the geoengineering chemtrails, coming down and heating up a section of the water so that you can create and steer a hurricane to go where the hell it wants. These technologies do exist and they're very, very, very hard, again, to prosecute. So especially when you have other countries where there's no way to inspect what the hell they're doing. You know, are they employing these and other technologies that they have developed? But the point is they exist. And I have never, ever, ever heard of any of these things that I'm talking about, you're talking about here right now, ever brought up in any global warming article. Never heard it in a conference. Didn't see it at the Paris Accords or the Copenhagen, and I never saw anybody mention this other than the ones that were going, it's a hoax, folks. If they're trying to go ahead and make carbon dioxide the boogeyman, so what happens is they're making more money now trading carbon credits than the petroleum people are making off of the product itself. So it was another boondoggle to con the people into believing that they're producing something that they're not, so they can go ahead and tax the things we do.
So you think global warming's a hoax?
Absolutely, it's to have a worldwide tax. Oh, you produce carbon. Oh, look all the carbon. Look at your carbon footprint. We're going to have to tax you on that carbon footprint.
Wow.
And what do they do? And then to the to the nations that do pollute, they can buy carbon credits. So it's a scam. All right, how much pollution do you want? Okay, that's going to cost you $5 billion. Here you go. Here's the credits. Pollute all you want. Have a good time. It's a scam.
Wow, that's an interesting idea there. There's no way to really prove it's true or not. But
Other than the circumstantial evidence, and you look at all the scientists, people, whistleblowers who come out against it. I mean, you have a lot of whistleblowers that you're hearing on the mainstream media. I mean, you got the guy who founded the Weather Channel coming out saying, this is a hoax, folks. This is a hoax. You got, what's like 31,000 scientists that signed a petition saying, no, this doesn't work. The woman who was the darling of the, from MIT, I got her on the screen back there. You know, a person who teaches atmosphere, meteorology, you know, I mean, that, right? First comes on board with the global warming thing because a whole bunch of other scientists want it, right? And she said, she went along with the herd mentality. But then she went, wait a second, and some of her colleagues contacted her, wait, look at this. She started doing her own investigation into it and went, this whole thing's based on junk science. I can't put my name on this. So she testified in Congress how they're playing this hoax. The false science that they're projecting. I mean, as I said, you can see her on the screen back here before Congress saying, folks, this is not right. This is junk science that they're portraying on us. So this whole thing is about creating a world government. But to create a world government, you need a world tax. And what's the one thing we all do? We all produce carbon in one time, one form or another. So we can get taxed. That's why it's smart meters in the house, so they can see what you're doing. Oh, you're using a little bit too much of that toaster oven. We're going to have to cut you back on that one, folks. Oh, your air conditioner. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't use that all the time. We have blackouts. Sector 5. Turn your AC off. Matter of fact, we take all your electricity off for 3 days.
not only that, why don't they use alternator current instead of
Exactly. And it's what goes back to what we were talking about earlier. This been
that goes back centuries. Not just centuries.
Yeah.
Why is Edison's invention not picked over what's the guy that did alternators or known as a quack?
Oh, well,
Tesla.
Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. And all the offshoots of Tesla technology that there are.
Yeah, you got like.
Have you ever watched the documentary Thrive? Watch it.
I've heard it.
Yeah, Foster Gamble, heir to the Procter & Gamble fortune. Grew him to be a top 0.0001%er. Has an epiphany and goes, oh crap, I have to get away from these insane people. living with. And he made this documentary called Thrive, and he blows the whistle on the elites hiding free energy for over 100 years. Showing the inventors that have been bought off or intimidated or killed. It's all there, we know it. Now what are we going to do about it? That's what I say, is the anger to the point now where if she actually steals this election, are we going to see a revolution?
Even solar energy that's supposed to be free, you get charged by your energy company to have it.
Yeah.
Well, so Entergy is the one that regulates. So how hypocrisy?
Solar power takes a lot to make for what they produce. It takes a long time to make up for how much you put into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really.
It too is another way to really repress. Now the technology is getting better and better, but it's still a far cry from what they've been suppressing from us for over 100 years. I mean, oh well, it's all coming to a rapid end soon, I'll tell you that, because the center will not hold. You don't think so? I don't see the center holding much longer. Something's going to break. We're going to see a revolution.
It's going to happen. I mean, if either of those two win, who knows?
But that's why I appreciate what you're doing. This guy builds like, tell him what you do.
I was going to go to school for earth chips. It's made of mostly recyclable and earthy materials. So you can make it pretty much anywhere you go to the dump and eat the material.
Make homes out of, which I've seen done before. I'm an old hippie, an old commune used to.
Well, that used to be like taboo, and now they make TV shows.
Yeah.
People are waking up.
Yeah. Absolutely. Especially the military and the police.
Have a good one.
Oh, yourself.
I'm going to be voting for the new guy. Ray Johnson?
No.
Gary Johnson? He seems okay.
No.
I mean, he's only been on the scene for a second.
No. Let me tell you what's going on. Right? If this were the election that they wanted between Bush and Clinton, I'd say vote for Gary Johnson or Stein or any third party because it'd be the same old bullshit, right? So you'd at least be voting principle. So, but this time it'd be a throwaway vote because we know Clinton is going to throw us right in the toilet. This woman is a globalist.
Trump would do something.
No. The reason that there's so many people against him is this is something that Newt Gingrich blurted out. When a commentator asked him, why don't even Republicans like, Trump? And Gingrich said, Trump has never been to any of our initiations. He doesn't belong to any of our secret societies. We don't know him and we can't control him. He came in with his own money. You weren't supposed to do that. You were supposed to beg, for people that go to these guys that control everything and beg for attention and money. He didn't have to do that. He bitched, so they're all scared of him for a reason. I'll tell you one thing he said, and again, the anger level is such a point. If he doesn't come through with the things he says he's doing, we're going to see a revolution regardless. But this is what he said that made me raise my eyebrows and go, what the? Oh. He said this. You elect me president and you will find out who really brought down the Twin Towers.
He said that?
Yes. What did he chase Bush out of the race with? 9/11, 9/11. Let's talk 9/11, Bushy. And Bush just turned tail and read $145 million. Stage left, right? Chased him out like that because he was bringing up 9/11. Look who he has close to him. He has some of the hardcore troopers right close to him. People that know 9/11 was an inside job.
Well, I think most people should know that unless they're blind.
Well, I'm saying, look who Trump's been on Alex Jones' show. He's coming on again this week. Alex Jones is a hardcore 9/11 truther. He's led the damn 9/11 truth movement. So, you know, here, I mean, so that's where the anger is. If Trump doesn't come through, we're going to have a revolution. We'll toss Trump aside.
We'll see.
It's at that point.
I mean, he's got good odds right now, I think.
Well, again, Clinton cannot win it fairly. Look,
Well, I mean, she's crooked, so she's been doing it since the beginning.
but people are aware of that. And that's the difference now. More people are. What were Sanders and Trump talking about all the time other than, it's rigged, folks, it's rigged. They were out there every day going, it's rigged, it's rigged, it's rigged, it's rigged. Here's how it is. Sanders wins 7 states. She gets the delegates. It's rigged.
People still didn't care enough.
No, people were angry. At the Democratic National Convention, you saw the Bernie bunches break down and cry. How they got gutted and just got it up the butt with a red, white, blue dildo from Sanders. It was a political awakening I have never seen. Huh?
I actually didn't watch it.
Oh, it was amazing. It was the biggest political betrayal I have ever witnessed in my life.
Yeah, I believe, if I heard right, he started saying, all right, my time's done, vote for Clinton.
Yeah. With the proof that the nomination was stolen from him in hand. I mean, the day the DNC is going to open up, the leaky emails come out saying, they stole it. Look, here's the proof. They rigged it for Clinton. That's why Washington Schultz resigned in shame, got booed off the stage. Yes. Booed off the stage. The head of the DNC got booed off the stage because it proved she rigged the election for Clinton.
They proved it?
That's why she got booed off the stage. Read the damn emails. It was like, yeah, fuck him.
And they didn't, revert the cheating? I mean, if you cheated, you cheated. You can't
Again, that's how corrupt it is. So, Sanders, instead of taking that evidence and walking in there and going, good, everything I've been saying is true. Get that nomination. He goes in and goes, everybody just bend over and take it up your butt for Hillary. Because right now you got to back Hillary. Yeah, because she's going to back you. I mean, never even brought up the emails.
He never wanted to from the beginning.
Well, then again,
Which, could have been a big
that's
point
why
for him,
the Sanders people broke down and cried. It was like they were gutted. It was like finding out, that their boyfriend or girlfriend was, in bed with their best friend or something. It was the biggest political betrayal that ever happened. I've ever
you're
witnessed.
talking about how the DNC screwed over Sanders?
Yes.
And yet they're still going to vote for Hillary?
Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't even understand that moral disconnect.
I don't either.
And I've been filming out here. I've been having people come by and read this, and then they go, I hope so. I'd go, wait a second, can I stop? Could you come over here? I didn't hear that. I'm an old man, my ears are clogged up. Could you please repeat that again?
The problem is that the young people don't realize how good the world used to be and the direction that we're going. They don't
have a memory.
They don't have a memory, so they don't get it.
Youth wasted on the young.
Yep.